now available in paperback and e-readers. Spellbound, a darker shade of black. Get your copy today at your favorite online bookseller. When Halle Berry made her appearance at that Essence Festival a couple of days ago, it was a testament to the low standards in the Afro-American Negro community and the low moral position of this Afro-American Negro female, because any other community of color and the white community would not have accepted Halle Berry attending their events based on her past track record of dysfunctional and degenerate behavior, because those communities have standards for how their women act in their communities and for their presentation of the image of their women in their communities. And they would not have accepted Halle Berry coming back to their community and disingenuously talking about how she was so concerned about the struggles of black actresses and the image of black women based on her track record. No, they would not have accepted her because they have a high bar for their standards and a high moral position for their women in some cases. And when we look at the bar for the standards of the Afro-American Negro community, it has broken the earth's crust and is at the center of the earth, right next to the self-esteem of this Afro-American Negro woman, because that's how low the standards are in the Afro-American Negro community. Because the Afro-American Negro's self-esteem is so low, they will accept anyone who they believe can get the attention and approval of white liberals. No matter what they have done, no matter what behavior they have participated in, no matter whatever reckless and egregious behaviors they have done in the past, they will accept that person back in their community unconditionally and not hold them accountable for any of the behaviors they have participated in or call them to task for anything they have done in their own past. They won't say a single word about anything this person has done, and they won't have any standards for it whatsoever. And your Halle Berry, as I see it, has a lot to answer for before she can call herself coming back to the Afro-American Negro community, because your Halle Berry lowered the standards for her community and destroyed the image of the Afro-American woman with all of her reckless, irresponsible, and egregious behaviors. And this is the thing that your Halle Berry needs to be held accountable for, because by her participating in that filth called Monsters Ball and winning an Oscar for it, she single-handedly tarnished the image of black women all over the world. Moreover, your Halle Berry is responsible for the complete decline of the African American woman over the last 15 years. If it wasn't for her participating in Monsters Ball, we would not be seeing all these twerk videos with black women pointing their backside at the camera. We wouldn't be seeing all these black women fighting in these YouTube videos with McDonald's. We wouldn't be seeing things like ghetto gaggers. We wouldn't be seeing degrading images of black women on TV shows like Scandal. All of that is Halle Berry's legacy from Monsters Ball, because her going out and starring in this film and then winning that Oscar ushered in the age of debauchery for black women here in the 21st century. All of that is what Halle Berry is responsible for. Unfortunately, none of these Afro-American Negroes will hold Halle Berry to task for all of those reckless behaviors. Moreover, they will not hold her accountable for lowering the moral position of this Afro-American Negro woman lower than what it was before, because it was pretty bad when black women embraced that feminist movement and created that and went in with white liberals with the welfare state. But your Halle Berry ushered in a new age of degeneracy and debauchery for the African American female and further tarnished the image of black women. But no one wants to hold her accountable for that. No, we celebrate this female, even though she, after winning her Oscar, she abandons the black community that elevated her and presented her to a higher level No, she walks away from the community, and then after walking away from the community, bashing up black men in magazines like Ebony by saying things like she tried black men, and then goes to white Hollywood, and then goes and has children with white men. After her career starts to stall out and fail, she comes back to the black community, and the Negroes go back and accept her. Only in the Afro American community do you see this type of dysfunction. Because, again, in any other community, if a person were to walk away from that community, not support that community, and throw that community under the bus, that community would not have that female coming back into their community talking about how they were so concerned about the issues of black women when you were the person who created many of the modern day issues of the black woman with your irresponsible, reckless, reprehensible, and egregious behaviors. If it wasn't for Halle Berry, again, we would not have this age of degeneracy and debauchery right now, and your black female image would not be as further tarnished as it is right now, because your Halle Berry tarnished the image of your modern day black female. Unfortunately, your Negroes have absolutely no standards whatsoever for their community, so they go back and bring her back into your community without holding her accountable. And her disingenuous statements about being so concerned about the struggles of black actresses, that's just so dishonest. It's not funny, because here was a female who had the opportunity to go out here and elevate any actress she wanted after she won that Oscar, but instead decided she was going to make money for herself. This narcissist decided that her getting $10 million paydays in movies like Gothica, Die Another Day, and Catwoman, that was more important than trying to go reach out to those black people who were the ones paying for movie tickets or trying to get projects greenlit for other African Americans, or working with small independent African American filmmakers to help get their projects distributed, or to help their projects get that big name that will get people to pay attention. No, she didn't want to do any of that work, but now she wants to come back to the black community now that her career has stalled, and now that she's 50 years old. She wants to come back to the black community, looking for the black community to give her another helping hand. This is a female who has slapped the black community in the face, and now she's begging for a handout and a helping hand now that the white community wants absolutely nothing to do with her, because now she's past her prime, and the white men she's deified have used her, had their fun, and now have left her to the side. Your Halle Berry has no value to white Hollywood anymore, and now she's trying to scavenge a few crumbs from the Negro table. And because she knows that the Afro American Negro has absolutely no standards and will accept a 50-year-old baby mama with two kids by two different fathers, she knows she can get anything from this Negro, because this Negro has absolutely no standards, and Negro females, like the ones at that Essence Festival, have no moral position. And this is why the race of the Afro American Negro cannot rise to a higher position, because your Negro female has no moral position, and you Negroes have absolutely no standards. If you had a moral position and you had some standards, maybe you could elevate things to a higher level. But because you keep accepting people like Halle Berry, who have no respect for you, no regard for you, and will use you to move ahead at their expense, this is why the black race has stalled, and this is why the black race is on a decline. Because in any other time, someone like your Halle Berry in any other community would not be accepted or allowed to come back to that community, because they would say to themselves, you were the one who participated in a film like Monsters Ball that degraded the image of our people. You were the one who took an Oscar for this film that degraded our people. You were the one who walked away from our people after winning that Oscar, got your money, and then went out here and ignored the people in your community and didn't try to bring anyone up. You were the one out here deifying and worshiping white men, and then having children with white men, creating biracial children with white men. And now that your career is stalled, you want us to come back and help you out. In any other community, they would tell her, you know what, go back to those white people that you wanted to be with because you're not going to come back here and do that. Because in those communities, they would say we have standards for things and we have a moral position about things. And the way you have behaved does not reflect the image of our community. That's what a community with standards would say to your Halle Berry. But your Halle Berry gets a pass because when it comes down to these Negroes, they have a low self-esteem, they have a low self-worth, and because your Halle Berry has been accepted by white liberals, these Negroes believe that they can get some crumbs from the master's table by accepting your Halle Berry and listening to her false, disingenuous arguments about being so concerned about the image of black women when she was the one who degraded the image of black women, and she was the one who didn't do anything to help black actresses get equal pay or quality roles. And then she's sitting here talking about how her Oscar has no value. Well, if you valued yourself, you would have did what Queen Latifah, Vanessa Williams, and Angela Bassett did and turned down that degrading role in Monsters Ball. That would have shown the world that you had some sort of moral position, you had some sort of integrity, and you had some sort of character. But no, your Halle Berry has no moral position, she has no integrity, she has no character, and she has compromised herself, and now she's looking to come back to the black community after she's been compromised, trying to scavenge whatever she can get from the black community now that the white community wants nothing else to do with her. And sadly, she looks like she's going to try to get something out of the Negro because the Negro again has absolutely no standards whatsoever. He will take a 50-year-old baby mama with 2 kids by 2 different fathers if she has the right skin tone and if she is pretty much going to pay him any attention. That's what this Negro is, and that's what these Negro females are doing right now. Because Halle Berry has the right look, she has the and is getting the attention of white people, they're going to take her and accept her instead of holding her accountable for what she has done. Because when it comes down to Halle Berry, some people will say that her legacy are those 2 biracial children. No, her legacy and what she will always be remembered for is taking the image of black women and dropping it further down the gutter and further tarnishing it by ushering in an age of degeneracy and debauchery in the black community. If you like what you're seeing on this channel and you want to help me make more videos, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to try some of my SJS Direct titles, you may do so by clicking the link to the Amazon.com in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.